Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Thank you for joining me. I have debated over doing this for a long time. This topic is very personal to me. I'm very passionate about it. I've known people that have been involved in this, and I wanted to do it justice. So I realized that there's no way I can do a video. Nothing will fit into one video. So I decided to create a whole playlist. And right now I've actually written things down, and I have about 10 videos at least, probably more, that will be on that topic. So like I said, I wanted to do it right. I wanted to give it justice. I wanted to put everything I got into it, and I wanted to address it from every point of view, even the ones I don't agree with, just to make it fair. Now, I know this was a little bit of a long preview, so the topic I want to address is solitary confinement. And as I said, this is something that I've been researching for a very long time, and I've known people that are very passionately involved, volunteering and working or living through this at this moment. So if this is something that you're interested in, or maybe you just don't know about and would like to know more, and I really encourage for you to know more, I hope that you subscribe by clicking that button, you ring the bell so that you're notified when I post the next video, and join me on this journey. So this entire playlist here will be dedicated to solitary confinement. As I said, I'm going to have quite a lot of videos in this playlist. They're not always going to be every week. There'll be other videos as well, but will be a whole playlist dedicated to solitary confinement. So I'm going to give you a pause. I'm going to let you subscribe, and we're going to go on this journey together.
I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
So the topic of solitary confinement, this is not easy to do. It breaks my heart to even talk about it. However, it has been a topic that I wanted to talk about for such a long time, and it's a very controversial one, and I didn't want to do it wrong, for the lack of better words. I want to give it justice. I wanted to cover all the details and really dive into that topic. So this video is going to be an introduction. We're not going to go into details of solitary confinement. I'm just going to tell you what the playlist is going to be about, and then each video is going to address a different part of that. So there's been a lot of discussions on the internet. Whenever you go to social media, you'll see discussions of solitary confinement, and I hope that for those of you who don't know about it, please watch it. Please research what you can, not just from me, from everywhere you possibly could, because this matters. This has taken enough lives, literally. It matters. And I think that the world is finally recognizing that there needs to be this issue looked into. We can't just push it in the corner and pretend it doesn't exist, because it affects all of us. And I'm actually saying all of us because I'm going to prove to you that it affects you. So I think this topic needs to be really researched. It needs to be learned, and there definitely needs to be a change in the world. Solitary confinement needs change. I'm not saying we need to keep it. I'm not saying we need to get rid of it. Like I said, I will try to keep my personal opinion out of this, but that's going to be really hard. I do think that there needs to be severe, urgent change. So I do apologize in advance. I'm going to have a lot of notes because I want to give you the research. I want to give you the facts, not just my opinions. And there will be people talking about this. So I apologize for the quality of some of the videos, because some of those videos are taken in less than ideal circumstances. So I came to the conclusion personally that, like I said, I can't do this in 1 or 2 videos. I can't. There's so much to include, and I want to feel like I did this well. If I'm going to do all the other videos this is the playlist I want to do well. I want to do it just. So what I'm going to do is make sure that this is a full series, and I'm going to keep adding to it and adding to it and adding to it until I can't find anything left. So this will be a long playlist because I am one of those people who self-admittedly is a nerd, and I'll always keep researching. So somebody asked me how many videos it's going to be. I don't know. I have 10 so far, and that took me 2 days to write out. So yeah, so there'll be a lot. But for now, it's just a separate playlist. Like I said, this is the introduction to that playlist. So I'm going to start with the basics. I'm going to do an overview. I'm going to talk about the history of this practice. Like, how did solitary confinement came into practice? How do we start using it? Where did it come from? How long ago? And then I'm going to cover the logistics. I want to cover the step by step. For example, how the process works on the inmates side of things. So basically, the day one, when the inmate enters segregation or solitary confinement, up until the day they are released, either onto mainline or into community. And by the way, I'm using some of the terminology, so I am going to have a video on the terminology that's used in solitary confinement, either officially or slang by the inmates. I want to cover all of that for you guys. So I would like to have input from those of you that know about this, know definitely more than me. So please leave comments in there, leave opinions. We need to discuss this. And I'm definitely going to have some input, actually a lot of input, from those that are in prison. So you're going to hear them talk about what they're experiencing, either now, right there, this moment, as they're in solitary confinement, or when they have been in solitary confinement, or when they think they will be in solitary confinement. Because let's face it, from my research, every inmate, or pretty much most inmates, will be or have been in solitary confinement. That's just statistically the way it goes. And I want to make sure to do this fairly. So I also have staff that have worked in solitary confinement give their point of view. I also have some videos and viewpoints from psychologists that have done interviews, that have done the studies, that are currently working on the issues of solitary confinement, and they will be able to give you that point of view, the professional, impartial, and sometimes partial points of view from everything that they have learned, they have measured. So you don't just have the opinions, you have facts, you have medical studies. So we're going to have all of that. Every point of view, we're going to have opinions, we're going to have maybe sometimes a little bit of laughter because we need to. Not from me, but probably from those that are involved. We're going to have all the slang, all the statistics, and I'm going to make sure to try to include as many links for you. So if you want to know more, get involved. I urge you, please get involved. Like I mentioned, this is a playlist. So this is the first video, and I'm going to keep adding videos into this topic. I am still going to have videos ongoing on all the other topics as well. So it's not just going to be from now on only solitary confinement, but I just wanted to clear that up. However, I'm counting on every single one of you to please ask the questions. Please ask what you want to know, or anything that you want me to cover, because I want to research the answers for you. Don't just stay in the dark. Don't just say, I don't know this, I don't want to know this, because there's so much information that you need to know, and trust me, you're going to want to know. For anybody interested in joining in, you'll find yourself like me. You're going to read a little bit about it, and then you go down that rabbit's hole where you just can't stop researching on it. You can't stop talking about it. You can't stop wanting to know more. So please join in. Please give your personal opinion. Please give your own story if you have one, and that would be very much appreciated. So while I do want to give you my own personal opinion, I'm going to try to give an impartial overview of what solitary confinement is. Like I said, I'm going to try. I'm definitely known for my opinions. I'm a direct person. I don't shy from opinions, but I'm going to try to give it all sides of the story. All sides of the topic as much as I can. Honestly, I probably can't. You're going to get my opinions, but I'll try. So there is a need for this topic. And speaking of the need, well, I think that there definitely needs to be a safe institution, safe facility. The fact that we have laws that are broken, the fact that we send children, yes, I said children, we send non-violent people, we have innocent people into a place that's been coined as worse than hell. Inhumane torture. Those are not my words. Those are words used by United Nations. Yeah, that's right. United Nations have called it worse than hell. We have inhumane torture that is used, again, by United Nations, by governments, by professionals all over the world, and yet we continue to have that practice. So anyone who survives this can be placed right into the community afterwards, despite them being broken, despite being mentally and physically broken. It's hard not to be biased. I can't say I'm unbiased because I am picturing this and I just shudder at the fact that this happens every single day, every minute, every second. It's going right now. How do we not demand that there's a need for change? There's a lot of celebrities that are now involved in this too. I'm not one of them. Sorry, I'm not. But I really hope that this opens a lot of opportunities for you to see why it's a passionate topic for so many people. So like I said, don't just listen to me. This is just me. But follow all the videos. Listen to the experts. Not just inmates, not just your next door neighbor that possibly has been through it. The experts. But listen to those who are going through it right now, because they have a lot to say, and you'll be surprised and amazed and heartbroken by their stories. Just listen to everybody that has been looking into that has some direct link and have heard direct stories or have been through them. If you have someone you care right now that is in solitary confinement or that has been in solitary confinement, if you want to find out more, let's voice our concerns. Let's voice our opinions. Let's bring up those objections. I also have tips for you. For those of you who have a loved one in solitary confinement, those things that you do, they matter. They are a definition of life or death for some of the people. Trust me, they are. And I know this from personal experience. This prison within prison, I'm going to use that in quotes, because that is how it's been described. It is beyond hard on the inmates. It is beyond hard on their families. It is beyond hard on those who even know about this. So I'm going to share what I have done for somebody that I know who is currently in solitary confinement. It's hard to get through it for them. And actually, I've had a hard time going through it myself. It is heartbreaking. And that is actually what prompted me to want to start this playlist. Because while I was passionate about it on my own, I realized that it needs to be out there. It needs to be out there in public. So please join me in these videos. Let me go through that with you. Let's break down this controversial topic and get as many opinions, comments, involvements as we can. So in a nutshell, this is my introductory video into solitary confinement. I hope that you watch all of them. Different topics, different aspects, everything. We're going to go, like I said, from the very beginning, from the history to interviews with those that are there right now, from inmates to experts. And then we're going to go into tips of what we can do to help those in there, and maybe what we can do to make change. So I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video, in the next videos as well. Thank you.